my God, it has been a minute since I sat... I don't even say that. I don't even say minute. It has been so long since I've sat down and actually spoken to you, and I just really miss you. Even though I see you like almost every week, and then I've been a bit inconsistent, sorry. I asked you to send me questions on my Instagram because I just miss talking to you guys. And as usual, I have not looked at the questions until filming, so I have no idea what they say. They could be boring, they could be juicy, they could be... I'm just going to go... here they are, just so you know I'm not lying. Why are you absolutely stunning and gorgeous? I don't know. It's just genetics. Someone actually has asked me that. I'm not even joking. That wasn't a joke. Although that sounds like something I would ask myself. What's your biggest regret? Don't say no regrets. I just skipped this one. It's probably some things I've done relating to boys. But I do believe everything happens for a reason. Sometimes I regret things I've done. And then something else happens after that, which makes me realise that I didn't really need to regret it. Well, not that I didn't need to regret it, but that I shouldn't regret it anymore. Because someone's done something, or something has come to light where someone's or something's true colours have shown, so that I'm like, oh, well... wouldn't want to be in that situation anyway. This is really, 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 really vague. Basically, even if I do regret something, then something happens which makes me think, oh, well, that happened for a reason. I don't know. I'm where I am because I am where I am. And, you know, every experience is a learning experience. And I know the person who asked me this question is going to be like, oh, you didn't really answer the question. But I did kind of answer the question, so just be quiet. How are you? Mental health checks. That's really... sweet. Oh God, I've never spoken about mental health on here. Oh God. One thing I will say, I actually have toxic masculinity, and that is not a joke. I have inherited my dad's toxic masculinity. I don't feel like I can be vulnerable. I don't really think I am a vulnerable person anyway, but nevertheless, I still think like no emotion, don't want to like, the thought of someone seeing me cry is like, gag me, you know, like part of me thinks like maybe if it was a boy I liked and they would see me cry, it'd be like some cute thing, but I just want to throw up at the thought of someone, anyone really, seeing me cry. And I cried in a club once and people were messaging me afterwards, my Instagram requests, I saw you crying. I was like, I never cry, like I promise. My mental health is I feel really weird, like, talking about feelings. Touch wood. I've had a really good mental health my whole life, even though I did go through a period when I was with someone who was a little bit... I was crying, like, twice a week or something. But, like, I've been lucky, touch wood, that I've never dealt with any mental health issues. I felt anxious before, but only, like, 5 times, so I'm really lucky in that respect. And I've never had anxiety, depression. I've never had... I honestly don't suffer with anything. I swear to God, I hope that never changes. What would you do with 1 million? That's a good question. Because I've read so many books about this, I'd invest it. Not into one thing, I'd invest it in different things. No, I'd buy a Mustang. No, wait. I'd buy a Dodge Challenger Hellcat, and then I'd invest the rest. But then what about a house? Wouldn't I need one of those? Or a Lamborghini? No, let's leave that until later. What I'm wearing right now, they're tracksuit bottoms, £110. I couldn't afford to buy them when I bought them. I can't afford to keep them now. I'm really bad at spending money. Nevertheless, it's an addiction. I realise now that you need to save. Am I saving? No, that's because I'm broke, though. I don't have anything to save. But I will save when I do have money. So yeah. Bungee jump off a bridge or skydive. I want to do both. And I will do both. On this channel, they will be filmed and you will see them and you will experience it with me. The only reason why I haven't skydived yet is because I can't afford to. And I can't afford the footage. You have to pay for like £100 for them to like film you jumping off. Like, bungee jumping is a little bit scary, I think. What if your eye pops out? I've heard about this. Your eye can pop out when you bungee jump, apparently. Or your retina or some bit of your eye. Would you rather sleep with your dad? What? In boyfriend's body? What? Or sleep with your boyfriends in dad's? Jesus, I mean, what? Neither. Sleep with my dad. No, I'm just picturing it and I'm not doing that. Someone's asked me a Formula 1 question. Lando in a Red Bull. Lando in a Red Bull would be great, but I don't want Lando to go to Red Bull because he's McLaren's golden boy. He's McLaren's saviour. He should stay in McLaren because McLaren is part of his blood at this point. You know what I mean? If he goes to Red Bull, would he do great? Yes, but then he'd also be next to Max. And if Lando and Max are teammates, then they're just too good. Red Bull needs a 1 and a 2 driver. They don't need a 1-1 or a 2-2 or, you know, equal drivers. They want someone who's best and someone who's worse. Could you come to Turkey? Love to come to Turkey again. Don't have any money, so that's not going to happen. Where do I see myself 5 years from now? That's a really lovely question. Famous, rich, able to go to Turkey with a Lamborghini. Maybe I won't drive there because that'd be quite long. And really, really bad miles per gallon. No, but yeah, seriously. I'd love to work in Formula 1 as a presenter. So Formula 1, if you're watching right now, or anybody that works in Formula 1 who would love to get me involved. I have experience experience presenting. I presented a charity boxing match. I had to memorise all the fighters' names, their sponsors, their... What was it? My memory's really bad though. That's one thing that wouldn't help me out if I was a presenter. But nevertheless, I don't think I'd just be informative. I think I'd be entertaining as well. What does my ideal man look like? Okay, look. This is just going to be very specific, but 6'3", muscular, beard, intelligent, not ridiculously intelligent. Well, maybe they can be ridiculous. You know? Hardworking, ambitious, likes cars, maybe supports Arsenal. But you said look like, right? You said look like. If somebody asked me, what do you have a type, whatever, the only characteristic which carries through is muscular. So because I'm, you know, hench, I need someone who's muscular, because otherwise I just feel like there's an imbalance in strength, you know, like I don't want to be too much for you. So ickiest experience with a boy, oh god, I've already said this on camera, you know, I'm getting a bit more like scared about saying things on camera. I'm like, that's never been me, so let's just say it. I don't even know if I can say this. Oh god, and it involved wine as well. It was really bad. It was rosé though, so it's fine. I was second year of uni. I'm pretty sure I've already told this story, so you've already heard this story. And oh god, do I have to say this? I was on Tinder and my friend had invited this guy over, and I'd never, ever do this, and I have never done this since, and I will never do this again. But she invited someone over, and so I was like, oh, I'll just invite someone over. I've been talking to this boy for like 1 day, probably 10 hours, probably 2. I don't even know. I didn't know him. Can I tell you his name? His name was Luca. And I thought he's Italian, like, you know, he'll be good looking, he'll be Italian. He wasn't Italian. I don't know why his name's Luca. God. Anyway, and he came over. And do I really have to say this? As immediately when I saw him, I was like, no, I've made a mistake. Turn around, please. I do not want to... Oh. He was holding a bottle of rosé. And he was like, hey girl, like, I've got the rosé. And I was like, oh my God. Not that being camp is at all an issue. It's just, like I just said, I prefer a muscular, manly man, you know what I mean? Not that I also want you to be in touch with your feminine side, but I don't mean like this in touch with it, you know what I mean? It was just a weird vibe. And as soon as I saw him, I thought, regret. And I've invited this guy around my house. I can't just say, piss off. That's the mistake. If you want to go meet someone off Tinder, go to their house. If you don't like them when you walk in, just... I don't know, get someone to call you and have an emergency and leave. I couldn't do that. We walk into my room. Immediately, I turn around. He has done a line of cat on my table, on my desk. Excuse me? Okay, I should have thought about the fact that he said he liked seshes on his Tinder bio. I should put 2 and 2 together, but I didn't. So, yeah, I did not foresee him doing drugs on my table as soon as he walked in. But he did. And we watched Formula 1 Drive to Survive. And I honestly started tearing up because I was like, who are you to be watching Drive to Survive with me? I was watching Carlos Sainz and I was like, you know, I'd rather be lying on Carlos Sainz's chest right now, not this guy called Luca who's not even Italian. Oh god, it was awful. Anyway, so I ended up saying get an Uber. Well, I didn't say get an Uber, but he said, should I get an Uber or should I stay? And I was like, get an Uber. Please, you're not even Italian. The moral of the story is don't watch your favourite TV programme with a guy you don't know, because it's just going to make you upset. They're not worthy of that. Something you could never tell your parents. Well, I can't put it online. I've actually told my parents everything. I've told them I've done drugs. It was just an experiment. Oh no, I couldn't tell them that. Oh no. Oh, I couldn't tell them that. I couldn't tell you that. I couldn't tell anyone that. No one knows that. I'm not telling anyone that. No, that. What advice would you give to your younger self? I give to my young... How young are we talking? What advice do I give to my younger self? Oh, 10. Maybe don't kiss that girl in that locker room because that was weird. It wasn't a locker room, it was like a changing cubicle. Anyway, to my younger self, I'd say nobody gives a fuck about you, I'm not gonna lie. If you're watching this and you think, oh, I don't want to do this, or I don't want to do that, or I don't want to look like this, or I'm scared about this, but no one gives a fuck about you. I'm gonna be honest, no one gives a fuck about me. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean that in a, no one gives a fuck about you. I mean, like, do what you want to do. People are gonna do what they want to do, even though they're probably not, because they're scared of doing what they want to do, and you're scared of doing what you want to do, and then nobody's doing anything that they want to fucking do. You know? Just do what you fucking want to do. That's my TED Talk over. Ugh, next question. Like, with respect to other people, of course. Celebrity girl crush. Celebrity girl crush. Ooh. This is probably something I should have thought of. I watched Scream last night. Do you know what? Actually, I'll say that. I watched Scream last night, the new one. Melissa Barrera. Wow. I was like, I want your body, which is not actually that dissimilar to mine, just a little bit slimmer. When she murdered that guy, that fucking Richie guy at the end of the fucking movie. So many stabs. And she was covered in blood. And I thought, wow, that is iconic. And that is sexy. Worst shag, I've already spoken about this. It was literally 3 minutes long. Absolutely no effort put in whatsoever. By him, but also Takes Two to Tango by me, but like also mainly by him. Definitely by him. What am I talking about? I put in effort all the time. Yeah, that was awful. And then I just left. He was my friend as well. And he knew that it had been a while since I'd had sex the last time. So, worst kiss. Oh, that one in Ocean. I had a kiss in Ocean one time. This guy came up to me and he was like, oh, you're beautiful or whatever. And I was like, I don't know what he said. He wanted to kiss me or something. What did I do? Well, I kissed him back. I'm actually really bad at rejecting boys because I just feel so bad. So I ended up kissing this one. He pulled away and he was like, wow, you're such a good kisser. And I was like, yeah, because you're awful. Like, that was so bad. Just so much teeth. When you're kissing someone, you should know if you're using teeth because you can feel your teeth are being used. Give up F1 or YouTube for the rest of your life. What a horrible person for asking me that. No, I mean, I can do long form content like TikTok or Instagram or something. I can make content elsewhere. But I love YouTube because I love just shag shit and nobody watches it. No, I'd have to give up YouTube because F1 is like, it's my life. No, I can't give up F1. That's the only sport I've ever liked. Who was the worst person you met at uni and why? I don't know. Oh, yeah, I do know. A person who's definitely watching this because I know he is. Obviously it's a he. The only person who's ever actively tried to defame me and upset me and attack me and bully me. But I also thank that person because it was like an experience, so whatever. Have you ever dated a boy who was kind of ugly, you had to convince yourself he's attractive? It's difficult for me to look at a boy and think, wow. But the one I dated, I did not think, wow. Like, people probably thought he was attractive and he pulled loads of girls. But that can happen. I don't know how that happens. Well, I dated him, so I don't know why. I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. The camera's literally about to die, so perfect timing. I shall see you next week. Hopefully I'll be here next week. I definitely will because I love you. She's just too much. Really.
Coming in.